Hey guys, how are you today, and welcome to my preview of the 2017 British Grand Prix. Yes, the British Grand Prix is this weekend, even though it's straight after the Austrian Grand Prix, but let's get into this preview. So in 2016, Lewis Hamilton won this Grand Prix in front of his home crowd. His third victory there in a row, his fourth in total, because he won there in 2008, remember, in the rain. And this year could be his fourth consecutive victory at Silverstone and his fifth total victory at Silverstone. And yeah, there's rain predicted this weekend for the British Grand Prix, so we know that can put the cat amongst the pigeons, could cause some trouble, but it would also lead to some exciting racing and some unpredictable results, which maybe makes this video a bit difficult to make. But anyway, let's get into it. So, Lewis Hamilton, he's been interesting recently. He is very much on form. He dominated in Baku until his headrest came loose. In practice and most of qualifying, he was the fastest in Austria, and then in the race he was one of the fastest drivers. He made most overtakes, he set the fastest lap, but for some reason, for various reasons, partly the gearbox, partly the headrest, he hasn't been getting results, and he finds himself 20 points behind Sebastian Vettel, and you'll be hoping at his home race weekend at the British Grand Prix to close the gap to Sebastian Vettel, or he'll be hoping for another victory at the British Grand Prix. While Valtteri Bottas, he seems to be closing in on the top two. Obviously he had a fantastic victory in Austria at Spielberg, and he'll be hoping he's really closing in the top two. He is closer to Hamilton in the standings than Hamilton is to Sebastian Vettel, because of course Vettel leads the standings currently. And Bottas, if he can get another win here, he'll be very much in the title race. No one's really talking about him at the moment in the title race, but tell me in the comments, do you think he can seriously win this title? Or do you think he'll end up becoming second to Hamilton in terms of pecking order at Mercedes? Moving on to Ferrari, well, Vettel, in terms of championship, he's doing well. But his issue is he's lost a lot of respect recently, I think. Obviously, we know what he did in Baku. Disgusting. And then even in Austria, he tried to get Bottas to have a penalty for jump start, when it turns out just Bottas had a superior reaction. That's just sore losing, in my opinion. And Vettel will want to somehow gain his respect back, and I guess a dominant victory would be the way for him to go about that. Kimi Räikkönen, he had a difficult time in Austria, and will want to have a stronger performance at the Grand Prix. But in my opinion, he's going to need some high-profile retirements for him to get on the podium, and I think he's not got much longer in Formula 1. That's my opinion at the moment. Daniel Ricciardo and the Red Bull, well, he got 5 podiums in a row, including a fantastic victory in Baku at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Of course, he held off Hamilton brilliantly, some brilliant defensive driving in Austria, and yeah, very impressive. I think 5 podiums in a row, as I said, very impressive. And this track should suit the Red Bull chassis, so on race pace they may be able to challenge the front guys. On the other hand, Verstappen, as we know, he's had 5 DNFs in 7 races, mainly mechanical issues. But if the prediction for rain this weekend is correct, he will thrive in the rain, and I reckon, providing he can do well, he and the car holds up, he will do well this weekend, especially if it rains. And he's got a lot of pressure at the moment. There's a lot of rumours about him move to Ferrari, and it'll be interesting to see whether he wants that or not. And yeah, it's some big moments now for the youngster of Max Verstappen. Force India, of course, it's their home race at Silverstone, where the car's developed in the factory around there. And Perez had a good performance in Austria, and will ultimately want the same at Silverstone. And it's pretty much the same for Ocon. They'll be praying they don't crash into each other this weekend. They avoided it in Austria, and they'll be hoping to avoid it again in Silverstone. And yeah, as I said, the car's developed in Silverstone. They'll be hoping maybe for a shock podium. That may not be too far off, especially if it's a wet race. You can never tell. It really does put the cat amongst pigeons when it rains. Felipe Massa in the Williams had a very strong race pace in Austria. That is for sure. He'll be trying to repeat this at Silverstone, of course, at the team's home Grand Prix. But the interesting thing with Williams is that they've really struggled in qualifying pace. And the same goes for Stroll. He was very consistent in the race and also got a point, but they seem to be struggling in qualifying, and they want to improve that this weekend. Right, Toro Rosso. Carlos Sainz, well, he's having a bit of a weak season, so he had a mechanical issue in Austria. Bit annoying for him. And I reckon the car's going to struggle this weekend, just the way the car is, and the engine is quite a power-heavy circuit, Silverstone, as we know. But he'll be hopeful getting into the point to try to get a good seat next season. While Kvyat, he crashed into Alonso and Verstappen in Austria, and he's going to risk losing his seat if he takes out the Red Bull ever again. And yeah, he may end up back in Formula 2, formerly known as GP2. Tell me, do you think Kvyat's got a future in F1? Tell me in the comments. Haas, or Roman Grosjean and the Haas team, very good performance in Austria. They don't seem to have the issues with brakes anymore. And you'd be hoping for a repeat of this in Silverstone. And I don't know if that's going to be possible or not, but they'll be really hoping so. And try to get another top 6 finish. While Magnussen had very good pace in Austria, but just the car had mechanical issues throughout the weekend. And he'll want to keep up the form to keep the seat next season. Hulkenberg and Renault seem to struggle a bit in Austria. And yeah, he won't want to be beaten by Julian Palmer again. Ever again. And I don't know, I think Renault are going to struggle again this weekend. Another power heavy circuit. I don't know if the car's going to suit the Silverstone layout. While it's Palmer's home race, it'll be a great opportunity not to embarrass himself, but it's hard to argue that he'll get into the points, although I reckon he may sneak in. That's my pretty crazy prediction. While Alonso was in the McLaren, I'm very unlucky in Austria because the car did improve, but it was crashing into turn 1, so we don't know what it was capable of. Although it is his team's home race, so we're hoping for a good performance. And we know he can go fast, go well. Silverstone, for example, he won the 2011 Grand Prix in the Ferrari, for example, and he'll be hoping for a good result this weekend, maybe in the points. While Van Dorn's pace did improve after I was a little bit negative by him on my last preview video, and he seems to have improved a bit relative to Alonso, maybe not quite at Alonso's pace, but closer. And the team, as I said, it's the team's home race, good place to show their pace. The engine upgrade seems to be working a bit. So let's see what they can do. Maybe between the McLaren and the team they can get some points this weekend. Finally, the Sauber team, Pascal Wehrlein, did show some consistency in Austria, and he wants to keep proving himself. And it's the same for Ericsson, I guess. It's all they can do in a backmarker team. Get points if possible, but they have to keep proving themselves, try to get a better seat for next season. Anyway, my predictions. Pole and the win, I'm going Lewis Hamilton. I think he's going to do well this weekend. In fact, he's going to do very well this weekend. And now this is one of my interesting predictions. I'm going to put Max Verstappen in second place on the podium. I think if it rains, he may thrive this weekend, and he'll be really fired up this weekend. Hopefully, he will at least finish the race. Third place, Daniel Ricciardo, going to continue his run, have another shoey, and he'll make it 6 in a row. Fourth place, Sebastian Vettel. I just knew the home crowd are going to be so against him in this race, and I reckon he may struggle a little bit this weekend. Fifth place, I'm going to put Valtteri Bottas. I just think that the Red Bulls are going to be able to beat him in the rain somehow. He struggled in China in the rain. Of course, we don't know for sure it's going to rain, but that's my prediction anyway, and what they say on the weather. Sixth place, Kimi Räikkönen. I'm going to say he's going to struggle again this weekend. I hope not, but I think he may struggle again. I think he will lose a seat in Ferrari and may end up in the Renault or something next season. P7, Ocon. P8, Alonso to get into points. P9, Felipe Massa in the Williams. And P10, and this is crazy, Julian Palmer. I hope I'm right. Anyway guys, that's the end of the video. So, tell me, do you think Bottas is going to win the championship? And, do you think Kvyat has a future in Formula 1? Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this and other types of videos, please subscribe to my channel. If you have anything to say in the comments, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Also, go and check out the video that should be on screen right now, and come and follow me on Twitter, BigGaming342, and Facebook, BigGaming342, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.